The losses that have been incurred by freedom-loving people in their struggle against despotism, imperialism, and colonialism that were born out of the desire to exploit and nation building requires the envisioning of a fair and benevolent state that seeks to maximize. And so many friends are gathered here from different countries. I would like to welcome them in Nepal. I wish the grand success of this program with desired outcomes. I hope the event will be successful to consolidate global camaraderie, to fight all forms of inequality, exploitation, oppression, and tyranny, and chart out course of save people and planet for now and future. I feel honored to be here in this important occasion and share my perspectives. Over the course of human civilization, humanity has developed thoughts that guide our shared aspirations of a fulfilling life, happiness, and prosperity. Human thought has given rise to philosophy, helping us understand life and the world around us. We have continually improved upon our ideas, principles, institutions, mechanisms of organization, and system of governance of human societies. These developments have led to the creation of dynamic human civilization. In this context, the development of socialism is an unprecedented achievement in modern human history. Socialism has given an approach for human societies to cooperate toward an aspirational society of shared well-being and prosperity that we can be proud of. Socialism has led to the development of societies where our ideals of freedom, justice, equality, fraternity to prosper while allowing the creative instincts of all human beings to flourish in several fields of human endeavor, including the arts, sciences, among others. Socialism has proved to be our best hope to ensure basic human rights and safeguard fundamental human freedoms. Socialism is not only the guarantor of the rule of law, but also the means of ensuring the people that their societies are just and fair. Socialism is a means of ending all kinds of discrimination and realizing our ideals of equal human worth. Socialism is a bulwark against all forms of exploitation. Oppression and tyranny of any and all humans across the world. As a political philosophy, socialism allows nations and societies across the world to implement humanistic welfare policies and programs that advance the interest of all humans. It is a promoter of our shared values, ideals, and aspirations. In today's world, the relevance of socialism is even greater. Socialism will continue to inspire our political discourse. It will continue to vitalize human civilization and will continue to ensure the development and mobilization of our overall potential, balancing conflicting forces in societies, nations, and the world. It is my belief that the collaboration that socialism enables in the world will keep making an incomparable contribution to ending conflicts, ensuring peace and prosperity. Here I, under, Here I underscore why socialism is the most relevant political philosophy to meet the hopes and challenges of our time and future. Extremism in any form begets more extremism. Oppression in any form, whether it's at the hand of an autocratic ruler or discriminatory and unjust societies, have led to the needless human suffering, wars, and incalculable loss for humanity. The losses that have been incurred by freedom-loving people in their struggle against despotism, imperialism, and colonialism that were born out of the desire to exploit and expropriate the world's resources and wealth is unimaginable. The damage caused by animosity between powerful nations as the South to dominate the world in an attempt to exert their influence at the cost of others has been unfathomable. This conflict between societies and nations continues to this day, and has far-reaching destructive effects for all nations and peoples. Over time, human societies change, and so should our guiding ideas, principles, and political philosophy. If left unchanged, yesterday's bright ideas can fossilize into today's dogmas. And they can grow completely irrelevant in the future, unable to meet the needs of the newer generation. As the world's experience has shown, a political philosophy that focuses on maximizing capital and profit by unmitigated exploitation to the means of production at the cost of basic human values ignores the interest and welfare of human beings. Some political philosophies that are based on our desired ideals have proven to be too idealistic, as demonstrated by the world's experience of the last century. However, the values of socialism, including human rights and fundamental freedom, equality, justice, humanity, fraternity, lasting prosperity, continue to endure and will always be a guide for the society, the nation, and the global community. Socialism offers a workable middle ground that other systems of political philosophy are unable to offer. It provides us with a political philosophy that can adapt with the times. Today, all prosperous societies across the world have adopted principles of socialism as a guiding philosophy towards building their nations and societies. Hence, the relevance of socialism is more than it has ever been before. In recent times, the rapid development of technology and high degree of automation is leading to a world where our traditional distinction of political philosophies may be increasingly less relevant as the relationship between capital, labor, economic productivity, and human welfare changes. Latest studies have showcased unforeseen challenges in our economic systems, which will have profound negative political impact as more people lose their jobs and fall into economic hardship, while a select few amass extreme amounts of wealth. Extensive automation may be very destabilizing to our societies as people not only lose their economic vitality but also a sense of purpose as many people are rendered economically valueless. In order to prevent this undesirable outcome, socialism can offer a path forward that can protect people from economic hardship while allowing them to engage in creative endeavors even while their skills may not have direct economic unity in view of increasing technology-led automation of jobs. Socialism can be the cohesive force that can balance out often competing interests of social safety and welfare, including justice, while advancing technological process and safeguarding societal economic vitality. Therefore, it is invincible because of its virtue and merits, while capitalism may extinct itself because of its own inherent demerits. A political philosophy whose sole aim is to allow the unfettered expansion of the profit-making private sector while minimizing the role of the state and its responsibility towards citizens and communities does not ensure human progress as a whole and over the long run. Such political theory and the socio-economic policy and governance systems developed under its guidance are to a large extent responsible for increasing inequality and injustice, environmental problems such as climate change, and rapid environmental degradation that we face today. At the same time, a political philosophy that is unable to harness the creativity, drive, and ambition of individuals and makes the state responsible for all progress is also not able to create a vibrant and prosperous society. Effective nation building requires the envisioning of a fair and benevolent state that seeks to maximize the human capital of its citizens and a thriving private sector that is able to channelize the hopes, aspirations, and the creativity of the people. The political principles and ideals of socialism have succeeded in achieving the twin goals above. In the past century, the world has had the bitter experiences of selfish wars and being divided based on political ideology. The pain of the Cold War is fresh in our minds. The monopoly of any one state will also upset the balance of regional and global power. The independence and welfare of nations will weaken. Nations may become limited in their ability to find solutions to various international problems of urgent and far-reaching importance and solve issues of mutual concern. Nations and societies that aim to maximize human and social welfare over other concerns are likely to cooperate at an international level as they are not solely concerned with maximizing their economic might. A world driven primarily by socialist philosophy. Policies and programs will allow us to see international relations through the lens of common prosperity and human welfare, as opposed to a competition to garnish increasingly more economic resources. Socialism will lead to a better balance of regional and international power structures and lead to a more peaceful world. People have the right to make decisions in a democracy. They should be able to fully enjoy basic human rights and fundamental freedoms. To enable all the people to enjoy these rights, the states should implement multifaceted citizen empowerment policies and programs. People should be able to choose their representatives to advance their interest, and governments should work according to the wishes of the people. Otherwise, people's faith in democracy can wane, often leading to a dictatorship or populism. These developments can destroy democracy. Socialism ensures the future of democracy, and socialist policies are the greatest bulwarks against the threats to democracy. During the time of its establishment, the Nepal Communist Party started a socialist political movement in Nepal by harnessing the Nepali people's voice for liberation from autocratic rule, exploitation, injustice, tyranny, inadequacy, and social oppression. The Nepal Communist Party was able to channelize people's aspirations for independence, freedom, and justice. The party was able to fight the idea of a divine ruling class that was considered superior over others just based on the virtue of their birth. We started a movement to implement principles and policies of socialism through multi-party democracy, pluralism, and fair and competitive electoral politics. The party has been at the forefront of our evolving aspirations for greater freedom. In 1990, we achieved significant strides in ensuring greater political freedoms for our people. In 1994, our party, Nepal Communist Party UML, succeeded in forming a government for the first time in Nepal and was able to implement our ideas of socialist political philosophy, principles, policies, and programs. Our party laid the groundwork to create an equal, just, and fair society in Nepal. For a balanced and bottom-up development of the country, we started successful programs like Build Our Village by Ourselves, Empowered Citizens, Decentralized Rights, and implemented social security schemes for the first time. The 9-month tenure of the government 3 decades ago was the beginning of the end of inequality, discrimination, poverty, and oppression prevalent in Nepali society. Our party, the Communist Party of Nepal CPN-UML, takes its responsibility towards Nepal and the Nepali people with utmost seriousness and in poverty, fight inequality, and beat hardship and misery of the Nepali people. The party continues to face unimaginable challenges in trying to save Nepal caught in the conflict between traditional forces and the extremist forces and their desire to lead the country toward autocracy. The peace process talks were completed mainly on our party's initiative. We have created a constitution and paved our way forward a socialist economy. Our constitution guarantees a range of fundamental rights, equality, and social justice. The constitution underlines the principles that define the role of the state and makes the state responsible for a broad-based welfare of our people. We are committed to further operationalize our socialism-oriented constitution. While in government, our party CPN-UML laid the foundations of dynamic and resilient economy. In, in partnership and collaboration with the private sector, we started ambitious programs to catalyze high-rate economic growth and to create a vibrant economy. We began the construction of world-class infrastructure. We took bold initiatives to commission large projects to build roads, airports, waterways, irrigation systems, power plants, and transmission lines. We also started projects to improve our human capital through transformative initiatives in health, including health rights of women, education, sanitation, housing, and provision of safe drinking water. We introduced health insurance schemes. We introduced several social security schemes, including women upliftment. Programs to uplift the people living in poverty and people from disadvantaged communities. We prioritized creating jobs for people, including introducing a job guarantee program, ensured a minimum wage, and enabled the creation of decent jobs with appropriate wages. We introduced programs to protect, treat, and rehabilitate people suffering from mental disabilities, homelessness, and destitution. We introduced transformative programs to end social ill, stigma, and discrimination. We introduced programs to care for women, children, and the elderly. We created social welfare programs to meet people's needs from the cradle to the grave. We made the government work for people. We improved the efficiency of service delivery within the government. We took significant and bold steps in controlling corruption. We prioritized the safeguarding of national sovereignty. Our foreign policy and international relations are exercised based on principles of mutual benefit and respect, justice, and fairness. We improved Nepal's standing in the global community. These initiatives reflect our commitment to the values and ideals of socialism. As we pursue our goals of peace, prosperity, happiness, justice, and egalitarian within a framework of a comprehensive democracy, we want to base our political ideology to meet the needs and challenges of the given time and context, based on what is best for the country. We have no more prejudice. We have no mere prejudice toward any idea or ideology. We develop, judge, and implement ideas and ideologies based on what is best for the country and the people. We are committed to our vision of a prosperous Nepal, happy Nepali. The prosperous Nepal, happy Nepali is our model to operationalize socialism in the Nepali context. Socialist political philosophy will help us realize this vision. We are determined to demonstrate to the world a successful implementation of socialism in Nepal and to be an exemplar to the rest of the world. Fighting poverty and beating inequality is one of the top agendas of our development vision of prosperous Nepal and happy Nepali. We will not take rest until we make them history. Thank you once again, and I wish the success of this event. And I would like to use any forum. We can organize another forum to have discussions between us. So my previous speakers, they have raised some questions. I don't want to answer them right now. And I don't want to enter on such issues. But later on, in some occasions we can organize other symposiums and forums, and we can,
Sounds very good.
yeah, we can organize and we can have discussions over there.